Chosen one, stop. Stop right now. Not in a moment, not after this sentence. Right now, put down whatever is in your hand, close whatever tab is open behind this, silence whatever is playing in the background, because what God is about to say through this message is so specific, so urgent, so precisely timed for this exact moment in your life that if you receive it distracted, you will miss it. And missing it will cost you more than you can afford to lose right now. I need you to understand something before I say another word. You did not find this video. This video found you. The algorithm did not bring you here. The hand of God brought you here. There is a difference. The algorithm shows you what you want. God shows you what you need. And right now, what you need is this warning. Because chosen one, you are standing at the edge of a decision. Maybe you already know what it is. Maybe it has been sitting heavy in your chest for days, weeks, maybe months. Or maybe it is so close, so immediate that you have not even fully named it yet. But your spirit knows. Your spirit has been uneasy. Your spirit has been restless. And that unease, that restlessness, that is not anxiety. That is God pressing on the brakes. He sent me here to tell you, stop. Let me tell you what I see, and I want you to listen carefully because what I am about to describe is going to feel uncomfortably familiar. You have been carrying something, a plan, a decision, a next step, and on the surface it looks right, it looks logical, it looks like progress. The numbers make sense, the timing seems aligned, the people involved seem trustworthy, and everything in your natural mind is telling you to move forward, to stop waiting, to finally do something, to stop being still and take action. And that voice, that push, that urgency you feel to move right now, I need you to hear me when I say this. That is not God. That urgency, that pressure, that feeling that if you don't act now, you will miss your window, that is the enemy. And he has been building that pressure deliberately, strategically, patiently, because he knows what is on the other side of this decision. He knows what God has been preparing for you, and he knows that if he can get you to move one step too soon, in the wrong direction, with the wrong person, or at the wrong time, he doesn't have to destroy you. You will delay yourself, and delay is his greatest weapon against chosen ones like you. Think about Abraham. God promised him a son, a nation, a legacy that would outlast generations. And Abraham believed. He trusted. But then years passed, and nothing happened. And Sarah, his wife, began to reason. She began to look at the situation logically. She said, God promised a child. I cannot have children. But my servant Hagar can. Perhaps God intends to fulfill his promise through her. It sounded reasonable. It sounded like wisdom. It sounded like taking initiative. It sounded exactly like what the enemy wanted it to sound like. And Abraham moved. He acted on a plan that looked like faith but was actually impatience, and the result was Ishmael, not Isaac. And the conflict that came from that one premature decision, one step taken ahead of God's timing, that conflict echoed for generations. Chosen one, there is an Ishmael in front of you right now. Something that looks like the promise but is not the promise. Something that looks like the open door but is actually a detour. And if you walk through it, you will not lose everything. But you will spend years in a wilderness you were never supposed to enter. God is not asking you to give up. He is not asking you to stop believing. He is not telling you that the promise is cancelled. He is telling you that the timing is not yet. And the difference between walking in your promise and wandering in the wilderness is often just this. One premature step taken in the wrong direction at the wrong time. Now let me speak to what is really happening in your life right now. because I sense it and I need to name it. You're tired of waiting, not a little tired. Deeply, bone-level tired. The kind of tired that makes patience feel like punishment. You have been faithful. You have been obedient. You have done the right things, said the right prayers, made the right sacrifices, and while you were doing all of that, you watched other people move forward. People who did not work as hard as you. People who did not sacrifice as much as you. People who did not even seem to be seeking God the way you have been seeking Him. And they got their breakthrough. They got their blessing. They got their moment. And you are still here. Still waiting. Still in the same place you were last year. And something inside you has shifted. A thought has begun to form. A voice has begun to whisper. Maybe God forgot about me. Maybe I have been waiting on the wrong thing. Maybe I need to take matters into my own hands. Maybe the window is closing, and if I don't act now, I will miss it entirely. I hear that voice. God hears that voice. And that is exactly why this message was prepared for you today, because that voice is not coming from heaven. That voice is coming from exhaustion, from disappointment, from the enemy who has been watching you hold on and has decided to attack you, not with destruction, but with discouragement, not with failure, but with the appearance of delay. He wants you to confuse God's timing with God's absence. He wants you to interpret stillness as abandonment. He wants you to look at your current position and decide that moving in any direction is better than standing still. And the moment you believe that is the moment you walk into his trap. Let me tell you about the 3 signs that confirm what God is doing in this season, because the enemy has been hiding these signs from you. He has been distorting them, twisting their meaning, making them look like red flags when they are actually divine markers. Sign number 1, your environment has been getting quieter. People who used to be loud in your life have gone silent. Relationships that used to be constant have faded. Invitations have dried up. Opportunities that used to come easily have stopped arriving. And you have been interpreting this as rejection, as being forgotten, as evidence that something is wrong with you. But what if it is not rejection? What if it is protection? What if God has been deliberately clearing the room? Because there are people who were connected to your last season who cannot go with you into your next one, not because they are bad people, but because their assignment in your story is complete. And if they stay, they'll anchor you to where you were, instead of releasing you to where you're going. The quiet is not emptiness. The quiet is preparation space. God does his deepest work in the silence. He does not need an audience to move in your life. He needs your attention. And sometimes the only way to get your full attention is to clear everything else out of the room. Sign number 2. The thing you have been trying to force has kept falling apart. Every time you push toward that decision, something blocks it. Every time you try to make it work, a door closes. Every time you think you finally have it figured out, something shifts and the path disappears again. And you have been praying against those obstacles, binding them, rebuking them, asking God to remove them. But what if they are not obstacles? What if they are guardrails? What if every time that door closed, God was the one closing it? Not because he wants to withhold from you, but because behind that door is something that looks like your blessing, but would actually become your burden. I have seen it happen too many times. A person prays for a door to open. The door stays closed. They push harder. The door stays closed. They get frustrated. They question God. And then finally they find another way in. They force it. They manipulate circumstances. They make it work in their own strength. And for a moment, maybe even for a season, It seems like it worked. But then the weight of it reveals itself, and they realize they spent years carrying something God never asked them to carry, in a place God never told them to go, with a burden that was never part of their calling. The door that keeps closing, stop pushing it. Let it be closed. Because there is another door that God is preparing, one that will open so easily, so naturally, so clearly, that you will wonder why you ever wasted time fighting for the other one. Sign number 3. You've been waking up in the night, not every night, but often enough that it has become a pattern. Your eyes open at 3 a.m., at 3:33, at 4:44. Your mind is suddenly alert. Your spirit feels heavy with something you cannot name. And you lie there in the dark wondering what is wrong. Wondering why your body won't let you rest. Those wake-ups are not insomnia, they are invitations. God does not compete for your attention during the day. There is too much noise, too many voices, too many distractions pulling you in too many directions. So he waits. He waits until the house is quiet, until the phone is silent, until the world stops demanding pieces of you. And then he pulls you awake. He is not waking you up to torment you. He is waking you up to speak to you. In those quiet hours before sunrise, in that sacred space between night and morning, God is downloading something into your spirit. Instructions, warnings, blueprints, things that your conscious mind is too busy to receive during the day. And one of the things he has been downloading, the thing he's been trying to get through to you in those 3 a.m. moments, is this. Wait. Not forever, not passively, but strategically, obediently, with your eyes open and your spirit alert, because what is coming is worth waiting for, and what you are about to walk away from in impatience would cost you the very thing you have been waiting for. Now, let me speak to the decision specifically, because I know you need more than a general word. You need God to be specific. There is something in front of you that involves either a person, a place, or a plan, maybe all three. And the reason it has felt so complicated, so hard to discern, so difficult to find clarity on is because it is not entirely wrong. It has elements of truth in it. It has pieces that are genuinely from God. Which is exactly why it is so dangerous. The enemy does not always come to you with something that is obviously evil. He learned a long time ago that chosen ones like you would reject that immediately. So instead he comes to you with something that is 80% right. Something that is almost the promise. Something that carries the fragrance of what God has spoken over your life, but mixed with just enough of the wrong thing to take you off course. And that 20%, that small wrong element, that misaligned piece, if you go forward with it, will eventually grow. It will expand until it becomes the dominant thing, until you look around and realize that what started as something close to the dream has become something unrecognizable. And you will trace it back to this moment. This decision, this one step you took when God said stop. I am not telling you that what you are considering is completely wrong. I am telling you that the timing is wrong. The version of it that is in front of you right now is not the version God promised you. It is a counterfeit, not from the pit of hell, but from the place of your own impatience meeting the enemy's opportunity. So what does God want you to do? What does obedience look like in this moment when everything in you wants to move? First, be still, not forever, just right now, for this season. Give God 7 more days of deliberate stillness before you make any move. Not because 7 days is a magic number, but because when you stop moving, when you stop trying to figure it out in your own strength, you create space for God to show you what He has been trying to show you. And what He is about to show you will change everything. Second, Return to the last clear word God gave you, not the word you wanted to hear, not the word that confirmed what you already wanted to do. The last clear, undeniable, unambiguous word that God placed in your spirit. Go back to that. Anchor yourself to that. Because everything since then, every anxious thought, every pressure to move, every voice telling you to take matters into your own hands, all of it has been pulling you away from that word. Return to it. Stand on it. Trust it. Third, look at the fruit of the path that is in front of you, not how it looks at the beginning. Look at where it leads. Look at what it requires of you. Look at who it connects you to, and whether those connections are drawing you closer to God or farther away. Look at the peace factor, not the excitement, not the possibility, the peace. Because God's path always comes with a peace that passes understanding, and the enemy's detour always comes with an urgency that bypasses your discernment. If there is no peace, there is no green light. It is that simple. Chosen one. I need to tell you one more thing, and this is the part that God was most insistent that I say. He sees you. He has not forgotten you. The waiting has not been wasted. Every single day of this season, every morning you got up and chose faith over fear, every night you went to bed trusting God even when the evidence was thin, every moment of obedience that nobody saw and nobody applauded, God saw it. God recorded it. God honored it. And the blessing that is coming is commensurate with the sacrifice you have made. It is proportional to the faith you've exercised. It is sized to match the patience you have demonstrated. Because God is not going to give you a small reward for a great season of trust. He does not work that way. He is a God of abundance, a God of overflow, a God who takes what you give him in obedience and multiplies it beyond your ability to contain. But it requires this: one more act of trust, one more decision to stop when every human instinct says go, one more moment of choosing God's timing over your own, one more surrender of the plan you've been holding in your hands, giving it back to the one who gave you the promise in the first place. And when you do that, when you truly release it, when you stop carrying what was never yours to carry and let God be God in your situation, something will shift. Not immediately, not always visibly at first, but in the spirit realm, the moment you surrender that decision, angels receive new assignments. Doors that have been locked begin to be prepared. The person, the resource, the opportunity that God actually has for you begins its movement toward you. You will know when God releases you to move, not because someone told you, not because the circumstances aligned perfectly, but because the peace will come. A peace so real, so tangible, so unlike anything manufactured by your own reasoning that you will have no doubt. And when that peace comes, you move, confidently, without hesitation, without looking back, but until that peace comes, until God gives you the release, until the green light comes from heaven as not from your impatience. Stay, still, trust. Declare this right now, out loud if you can, in your heart if you must. God, I surrender this decision to you. I release the plan I have been holding. I choose your timing over my own. I trust that what you have for me is better than what I've been reaching for. I will not move until you release me to move. I will stand still and watch you work. I am a chosen one. I am not behind. I am not forgotten. I am exactly where you need me to be, and what is coming is worth every moment of the wait. Type 1. Surrender in the comments right now. Let heaven see your declaration. Let the angels assigned to your life receive their new orders. And then watch. Just watch. What God does next in your life will make the waiting make sense. If this message reached your spirit, subscribe to this channel, because what God has given me to share with you is just beginning. There is more, so much more, and you do not want to miss what is coming. I will be praying for you by name. God knows who you are, and so does heaven. This is eternal chosen, and you are chosen for a reason.